Hi and welcome back to my channel. I'm Liz of Chicago Law Luxury Makeup. For today's video, we are doing another Chanel video. I was able to pick up the second of the new fall blushes, so I do have that one now, and I am going to be using the last of the 4 Chanel Byzance eyeshadow quads. So if you're curious to see how I created this look and my thoughts on these 2 new products, keep watching. We are back today with another Chanel video. I'm so excited to film this video because I was able to get my hands on the second of the fall blushes. So I have already filmed a video using the coral blush, and I was able to pick up the mauve blush. I had reached out to my sales associate weeks ago asking if they had any in store. I would come pick it up. She said that she would be able to order it for me, and then I never heard back from her. Literally did not hear back from her. And just the other day she reached out, she apologized for the delay, but she said she was able to get it, asked if I still wanted it. Of course I did. If you guys watched my video when I filmed with the coral one, I was sad that I didn't have it because I did think that the blush was very beautiful. Ultimately was okay that I didn't have it because I thought that it might end up looking like other shades in my collection, which it still might. We're going to do some swatch comparisons, but I did think it looked beautiful. She said she could get it for me. She had it ready if I wanted it, so I jumped at it. I jumped at the chance to get it, so I do have it. So we're going to unbox that today and use that on the cheeks, and then I have my last of the Byzance collection quads to do a video, and this is quad number 308. So we're going to use that quad today to create an eye look. We will finish off this look with this new blush, see how it looks, and of course we will do some swatch comparisons to some other Chanel blushes that I have in my collection, so you can see if you weren't able to get it, if you have some of these other blushes, did you really need it? So I do already have most of my makeup on. I have done so many Chanel videos lately that I did not want to bore you guys putting on another full face of Chanel. So I do have most of my makeup on already. I'll list and link everything down below. It is all Chanel, with the exception of my powder, but everything else is Chanel. I will link it all down below. We're going to start by unboxing the blush. So it does come in the standard black felt packaging, and then you do have the standard black packaging with the white CC. It does come with a brush, and then there is the blush. This is shade number 798, Beige, Rose, and Mauve. So I will go ahead and swatch it. So that's what that looks like. I think it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I think that this color is going to be perfect. So we will go ahead and start with the blush. There is the pickup. Now I do have a little bit of bronzer on, but I tried to keep the bronzer pretty light, and I'm not wearing any cream blush, which I normally would, but I wanted to see how this color looked on its own. And it is beautiful. It is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, I really like that. That is really, really pretty. So like I said, at the end of the video, I will do some swatch comparisons to some other Chanel blushes that I have. But now we're going to move on to this eyeshadow quad, again, number 308. I do think it is very beautiful. I'm not certain about that gold kind of yellow mustard shade, but I think that the other 3 shades are very, very pretty. So I will go ahead and swatch this again because it's been a while since I have swatched it. I will start with that gold, and it really is like yellow. I would not even classify that as gold. That is like mustard yellow. We've got a pink, darker pink. That almost looks identical to the blush. And then we've got a topper. And of all the toppers, this one I think is the prettiest. I love that kind of champagne shade. I think it is really, really pretty. I am not certain about that gold, that yellow. I don't know. It just doesn't seem to match with the other shades in this quad. Let me know what you guys think. If you think that it matches or goes with it, let me know. I'm not certain about it. So I'm going to start with the lightest of the pink, and I'm going to take a Rose and Ben E29 to just place that in the crease. Like all of the other Byzance quads, the formula is really, really nice. It's blending beautifully. That is the one thing I can say about these quads. I really, really have been enjoying the formula of the eyeshadows. I think that the color stories are different, which is good, right? It's good. Chanel is thinking outside the box. So the color stories are a little bit different than anything I have seen before. Maybe not my favorite, but that's personal preference. I'm glad to see them doing something different, and I do think that the formula is really, really good. I take a Sonia G Mini Booster and I'll go into the deeper shade, and that really, I mean, looks just like the blush. So this definitely has more red in it than I would normally wear. I don't know that this is a quad that I would reach for very often, honestly, but formula-wise, really, really nice. And on the eye, it almost looks like this deeper shade really is just a deeper version of the pink that I used earlier. Take a rougher number 28. I'm going to go into that gold. It's really yellow. I'm going to go into the yellow. We'll just pop it down here in the inner corner. When I see these two shades together, side by side on the eye, it makes me think of mustard and ketchup. I know. I don't know. Or like maybe a strawberry lemonade. That's probably a better description than mustard and ketchup. But truthfully, I don't know where this yellow fits in with this color story. Definitely not my favorite. Not my favorite. Take a rougher number 21 and go into that glitter topper. And that is surprisingly beautiful. So it kind of covers up that yellow, which I just think looks out of place. Now I did wet my brush a little bit with some Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. Here is the eyeshadow. Let me know what you guys think. It is not my favorite. I really thought that I would like the shades, and maybe if I just use two of them together, but I think using all four is not my favorite. That again is personal preference. And I think that the color story is unique. I think that it could be really beautiful without the yellow, but again, complete personal preference. Complete personal preference. I don't typically gravitate towards pinks and reds, so this is a color story that's outside my comfort zone. But even that said, just the colors when applied to the eye, they just weren't my favorite. But I would love to hear from you guys and let me know what you guys think. Maybe I'm crazy, maybe it's just me. I'm gonna go line my eyes off camera, put some mascara on, and then we'll be back to see the finished look, and I'll do some swatch comparison. Here's the finished eye look. I think it looks 1,000 times better with eyeliner and mascara. It is literally a night and day difference. I think it looks so much better. That said, it probably still is not a color story that I would wear very often, but I do think that it looks very, very pretty right now with the eyeliner and mascara. Now, like I said, I do have a few quads that I want to do some swatch comparisons with. I only grabbed Chanel. I thought if we grabbed multiple quads from different brands, we would be here all day. Did not want to do that. I wanted to keep this video very short for you guys. So I am going to freshen up those swatches and then get out some of these new ones. So again, that is quad number 308. I went ahead and wiped the blush off so that we have room for some of these other swatches. The first quad that I thought of, quad number 58, Intensity, and I think that it looks a lot like quad number 308. Very similar. So I'm curious to see how they're going to swatch, and I actually really, really like this quad. A lot. A lot. On its face, I did not think that I would, but when I created the look, it was beautiful. I am curious to see how the swatches compare. So we're going to start with the gold. And you can see that they are very different in color. And then I'll go to this mauve kind of pink. And that is a completely different color than what's in the new Chanel. And here is the pink. And I would say that that one is different as well. So I would not say that this quad number 58 is anything like the new Chanel. They look similar in the pan, but that's pretty much where the similarities end. So here is quad number 68, and I'm going to swatch the 3 shades. I won't swatch the lavender. Obviously, I don't think the lavender will be the same. But here is the lightest of the pinks. Not similar at all. Here is the deeper. That is close. That is pretty close to that mauve, but when I used this deeper shade on the eye, it felt really red, and I don't think that this one is red at all. And then we've got this yellow, which is not at all the same type of yellow. And the formula for this quad is completely different as well. So I think those are the only eye shades that I have. I do have one more palette. This is an eye and cheek palette, and I'm going to swatch this deep shade down there. And I got this out really for the blush, but since it is an eye and cheek, I thought I would also compare it to the eye. And that one does look pretty similar to that lighter pink. I'm going to swatch them side by side. They're slightly different. So I think it is safe to say that I don't have anything in my collection that is like this new Chanel quad. So now I'm going to go to the other arm and I will swatch blushes and do a few swatch comparisons of the blushes. Now I think that I will probably be able to find a blush that is similar. I really do. So there is the new one, shade 798 Beige Rose et Mauve. Here is a limited edition one. This is the Le Chens de Chanel. So those are different. Here is Brune et Rosé. I do not think that one looks at all like the new blush. And then here is Rouge Profound, which I don't think it's going to look the same. All right, so maybe I was wrong. I do not have any Chanel blushes that are similar. I do have the Coral blush in this same new collection, so I thought I would swatch it up against it so you can see the difference between the Coral. I am very happy that I don't have anything like this in my Chanel collection. I may have other blushes from other brands that are similar, but none that are Chanel. So here is the other one that came out, 797 Beige et Coral. So they are definitely different, not at all similar. And I thought I would go ahead and do some swatch comparisons because I didn't do any the first time. So this is Peche Rosé. And that is pretty similar. I would say that those are very similar. And then the last one that I have is this Fleur de Temps, which I thought looked kind of similar as well. And it does not. That has definitely got more coral in it. So there we have it. Those are our swatch comparisons. Let me know what you guys think. Was that helpful? Do you enjoy the swatch comparisons? I think it helps me. It really does. It helps me see, you know, just how different they are. In the pan, oftentimes they can look very similar, but then once you swatch them, you see the difference. And I just realized that I forgot to swatch this big one. But if I put it up next to it, you can see that it does not, it is pretty different as well. I am very, very excited and thankful that I was able to pick up this new blush. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. I know that I will be wearing it a lot in the next coming weeks. And again, the eyeshadow, the longer it sits, the more I like it. I do think that it looks very, very pretty. Let me know down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I want to thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy. I will see you in my next video.